Hi there, my name's Moose, and I love you.
So, you want to learn how to play Jet? Well, let me tell you, you came to the right place. I am the self-appointed best Jet in the entire game. I have 5 total Rift Kill medals, that's right, bow down. I thought I'd give a quick tutorial on how to play Jet just because I play him very different from other people, and he's one of the more sophisticated characters in SGWG. In this video, I'm going to go over the basics, cooldown conservation, general decision making, and so on. Without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing I'll talk about is the basics of Jet himself. If you already know a lot about Jet, skip to the time frame on screen to bypass all the basics. Jet is similar to Tracer from Overwatch. The first ability, Blink, teleports you a short distance in the direction that you're walking. There are 3 charges of it, meaning you can use it 3 times in a row. The cooldown can be quite confusing, however, Blink has a 24-second cooldown, but every time you use one charge, it only takes 8 seconds. So basically, if you use all 3 blinks at once, it would be at 24 seconds, but once it hits 16 seconds, you'll have 1 blink ready. So as soon as you use 1 blink, the clock starts ticking. The second ability is called Time Rift. It makes you invincible to any damage for a few seconds while no one can see you. However, you can't see anyone else either. There's also a small red trail left behind wherever you go when you're in a Time Rift. It has a 22-second cooldown. Now for his weapons. His primary weapon is the Griffin machine pistol that does high damage close range. The main issue with it is that it falls off at a longer distance, however, this is not a weapon to underestimate. As small as it is, the Griffin can tear through enemies in just a few bullets with 25 bullets in each clip. Jet's secondary is the Jabberwock shotgun, which has the exact same issue. The Jabberwock isn't the best to use since it is slower to run with instead of the Griffin, however it does also destroy when up close. The Jabberwock should really only be used when either facing a tank close up or when you run out of bullets in your Griffin. That's all for the basics, let's get on into strategy. Next, let's talk about memorizing the positions of supply drops, the most important for Jet being the recharge supply drop. Jet relies heavily on his abilities, so memorizing the recharge drop areas is very beneficial in game. Jet also has a very little health pool of 100, and his out of combat healing can only go up to 40. Knowing where health drops are is especially advantageous, considering how low the time to kill is in this game. Next, I'm going to talk about cooldown management. Jet has the highest mobility in the game. This is a huge advantage as it is able to throw off enemies that you play against. If you find yourself in a tough 1v1, don't be afraid to use your blink. Chances are you'll be able to recover your aim faster than the enemy and win the fight. The best thing to do is to blink through an enemy if you're close enough. As soon as you press the blink button, make a 180 turn and start shooting. The enemy won't know where you are and you'll get the upper hand. If you really want to get fancy with it, try blinking through someone and then instantly walking backwards and blinking again back to your original position. The enemy most likely will try and look around for you and not notice you are right where they last saw you. One last super important blink trick for you to know is to avoid stuns or damage. This is mostly a test of reaction time. If you see a grenade coming at you, blink away to a safer position before you get blown up. If you run right into a Revenant, Big Red, Barricade, Raven, Killer Queen, whoever it is, try blinking away from their ability's area of effect. This will not only get you out of danger from their ability, but it will also bait them into using it. Now for Time Rift. Time Rift is a mostly defensive tool. Because of the easy to follow red trail, you're not going to make very many offensive plays with it. The number one reason to use it is if you are fighting an enemy and losing, or if you're going to die and want to get out. I mostly use it to get out of danger and run right on top of a health pack or towards an enemy that I know is right there. One amazing thing to note about Time Rift is that if you have the flag and capture the flag, then you cannot drop it. You go completely invincible while holding onto the flag and it's beautiful. You cannot, however, capture a zone while mid-Time Rift. Now for a button layout. I play with 3 fingers. My right thumb controls my aiming, shooting, reloading, and Time Rift. My left thumb controls my movement, and my left index finger controls my blinks. I put the blink button up in the top left so I don't have to take my thumb off of the movement pad to blink. And of course, this isn't the layout you have to use. Settings in any game are in direct relation to personal preference. Play around with it and see if you like it. For the last portion of this video, I will be talking about a fairly basic technique called target prioritization. This basically means who you should shoot at first. 9 times out of 10, you should be targeting the sniper on the enemy team, if there even is one. You should almost always try to shy away from shooting at tanks and kill the backline damage heroes like Shadow, Willow, and Zeke. But who do you prioritize in a 1v2 situation? Simple. Ask yourself the question, who is the biggest threat to me? If there's a Slade shooting at you in a barricade that's paying no mind to you at all, go for the Slade. However, if they're both looking at you, still go for the Slade. You will most likely want to target the one with lower HP, since you can kill them faster and turn it into a 1v1 situation as quickly as you can. That's all for now. Thanks for watching my Jet guide. If you have any more questions about Jet, feel free to leave a comment where I will get back to you as soon as possible. My name is Moose. Peace.